Welcome to episode 12 of Randall Vision. I am your host, Randall. And today I've got a topic for us here. Something I noticed while watching episode 10. Towards the end of the episode, I give a rather crash course, whirlwind rundown of like the purpose of life and how to go about accomplishing the purpose of life. And whenever I watched it, I was like, oh, this kind of comes across as like preachy, as if I'm telling people what to do. And that's not what we're doing here. The primary intended audience is myself. So although I have been following these kind of steps my entire life, that doesn't relinquish myself from the necessity to continue with the process. That you don't just figure out who you are and then you stay that person for the rest of your life. At least hopefully you don't. We continue to learn and grow, and as we do so, who we are, what we do changes. And recently, I've made a huge leap in growth based upon learning things. And now I need to reevaluate who I am and what I'm doing with my life. And it's an interesting process. I've probably not written about it as much as I have. Like on my to-do list is to begin a brand new notebook, because I feel like the change that I've made in my life warrants like an entire new, for lack of a better word, chapter, or a better word would be book. This is a whole new book in the series of Randall that has begun. And so I need to buckle down and take some time to figure out what it is that I am and what it is that I'm doing. One of the things, kind of a resummarization of what I've been going through was through the process of introspection, or just taking a good, honest look at what it is that I'm doing and what I had been doing. It turns out that the mechanism that carried me throughout most of my life could be referred to as utilitarianism, and that I was a deeply selfish individual and did not acknowledge the outside world or other people in the world. So the utilitarianism that I was abiding didn't leave room for anyone else. And the paradigm shift that has occurred is me now becoming, for lack of a better word, a family man. And it all boils down to motivation, where previously I'd been motivated in a manner that was wholly self-serving, and now my motivation lies in the service of a family. So that's really big, that it has reached into and impacted more areas of my life than maybe not expected is the right word. Like, I didn't expect any of this to happen, but now that it is happening, the level of predictability is minimal. This is an entirely new way for me to operate in the world. So there's plenty more that I need to look into and see what it is that I'm doing and things that I would like to be doing better on account of my new set of priorities. So that was the main topic. Also, a quick summary. I recently watched it was the Lex Friedman podcast, and I believe it was the second appearance of Jaska Bach, and he spoke very well on the topic of the nature of reality and what is consciousness and how his view of the world can be applied to how we function in the world. And overall, I don't have much pushback on the things that he had said. Predominantly, he's very heavily in the camp of that the way we experience consciousness is, for the most part, an illusion. Or maybe not even for the most part, but like wholly an illusion. And this is kind of like a hurdle that I recently got over myself, where, you know, I thought it was all fantasy, and this guy who is obviously very smart is kind of saying the same thing. But my man Lex asked some questions and gave some pushback. Lex is probably the most human robot that we have going right now. But the pushback is Lex was trying to pin down Yaska on how much agency any individual can have in the world. And Yaska seemed very dismissive of our ability to do anything per free will. Like he seemed pretty much a determinist and chalked up any experience of free will to an illusion. And even that may be right, but I'm gonna side with my man Lex here, where I took it as a challenge to prove and assert my individuality, my desire to function in the world, what it is I want to express and accomplish in my lifetime. It all seemed like a challenge, that if this very smart man says what you think or do doesn't matter or mean anything because it's all part of a grand illusion, well, fuck that guy and fuck his illusion, because I'm recording this video, I'm gonna upload this video, and I'm gonna watch this video, and probably some other people will watch this video, and that's real enough for me. At its base level, sure, maybe it is an illusion, but me participating in the world is real to me, and it's real to people that are close to me. So that's all the evidence I need. I am willing to overlook. I'm not even sure what principles he was applying to come to his conclusions. If it was through physics or philosophy, I guess it was kind of a blend of the two, but I don't buy it. I've thought deeply on free will and determinism. I guess I'll save that for a later episode, or maybe the next episode, but I'm going to take that dude's, I don't know if pessimism or cynicism's right, but like I'm going to take his position and take it as a challenge and use it to motivate myself to do stuff. That's all I have for you today. Remember, you're a sovereign individual. Do what thou wilt.